portrayals of females, not saying girls, just to be age encompassing in video games.
Women of a female persuasion.
Yes.
Well, naturally, the first thought that's going to come to mind is going to be Lara Croft. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Even though that was actually a glitch.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people know by now.
Funny how that works. Yeah. Glitches. Oh, look, that's a big glitch.
Beach balls attached to your chest.
But, you know, in that same respect, they've been developing her into a more lifelike character, I would say, visually. So they've been trying to expand on her, and
they have been working to make her more realistic. She doesn't look like she'd fall over if she was a real human being.
yeah.
But at the same time, they still keep the mini shorts, and when she gets into the water, she gets realistically wet. Very realistically wet.
Oh.
A lot of people complain about, you know, women being pretty much just shown sexually, pretty much. I mean, even if they're a strong character, they always have a ridiculous amount of sex appeal, generally. And a lot of people complain about that. But honestly, I have to at least give the people credit for even, like, having them as playable characters and not just a reward at the end of the game, which is what a lot of old games had.
That's very
I mean, even like, you know, Mario Peach, the girl is just a reward at the end of the game. So at least you get to play as them. And a lot of times, like in the Resident Evil game, where, you know, you'll have the male character and the female character. The male character will be stronger than the female character, but I don't mind that because it's realistic. In general, guys are a lot stronger than girls. And the girl would have some other talent that made up for it, like being able to pick locks
going on.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, like
unless you're talking Resident Evil 5, in which case Shiva is not smart.
Wow.
Stupid. She's artificial stupidity, not artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
But, I mean, jumping back to, like, the first Resident Evil, though, where you can pick to play either as Chris Redfield or as Jill Valentine, and if you play as Chris, okay, yeah, single-shot headshots are a lot easier, and he's stronger, so he tends to live longer if he gets attacked, but Jill, you get the gun right away, and you got lockpicking.
And, Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
No offense to women and as an athlete, but, you know, that's just the way it is. Guys usually are the stronger, you know.
As someone who is not athletic at all, I can say that most men that I've come across are in fact stronger than me.
Yeah. Resident Evil 1, you meet Jill Valentine. You know, looks like, sort of essentially, I don't want to say swap, but it has essentially a combat look to her. You know, she's, you know, got the combat boots, the pants, you know. The whole looks like somebody who's out to take care of business in terms of, you know, I've got a job to do, I'm going to do it, and I'm wearing something practical. The interesting thing is then the progression of design with her character to Resident Evil 5, and this is nothing against the character, but just on a visual element, the fact that she turns blonde and then gets the classic battle suit, which, you know, design-wise on one end, okay, you're trying to go for a sort of interesting reintroduction, especially since she gets introduced in Resident Evil 5, and she's not necessarily, in terms of personality, the same Jill Valentine, because now she's under control of Wesker, from what I understand of the game. So yeah, not quite the same character.
Wesker always puts a good amount of money down to make sure that his female henchmen get breast improvement surgery.
Yeah, or at least so that they get, you know, coconut-sized armor over. Yeah. She could have nothing in there. Who knows?
No, the ass has to increase as well because it has to fit. It's a one-size-fit-all suit, so you have to have the ass be a certain size so that the suit will go into the ass crack, come up and form completely around the boobs individually.
Wow. But all the while, it's not to say that they didn't still try to keep Jill's character developed. They had a different progression in the story, so maybe for her it was a more visual change. On jumping over to another game that had a big look change though, Yuna. I have talked with countless people, played a little bit of 10 myself, read what other people have said, and I have to agree with all of them. They sold her character out in 10-2, because you had a very strong female lead who, you know, she had strengths, she had weaknesses, she had a big struggle. I mean, you got the weight of the world on your shoulders, and you didn't get a whole lot of choice in the matter. You know, this is the expectation of her, and they really
great character, great development, very sad, you sympathized with her.
And not overly sexualized, too.
No,
she was
not at
actually
all.
a very
Subdued
solid female, subdued character. You get to 10-2, and, you know, the promo posters alone were very much cued towards fan service. turned into a
rock
pop star.
Really? Really? They
But-
Justin Bieberized her.
Oh gosh.
The evolution of Zelda's character.
It's been the opposite of what they did to Yuna, where she starts out as a strong character and then she becomes super girly, awesome, kawaii. But so you start off with Zelda being the reward for the hero, you know what I mean? But as the games kept progressing forward, Zelda is actually done more and more and become more involved. I mean, she's a ninja.
Also, there are arguments about whether or not she's actually a she at that point.
Yeah, I think she might use magic, but we won't get into that.
That's an argument from the day.
Anywho, so she's a ninja. She's a pirate at one point, and in the most recent one, she's not even a princess. Navi, I don't think she even qualifies as female because
She's a
she's just kind of her own little.
She's a ball with light.
She's a narrator, yeah. But
Yes.
no, never mind. No, we don't like Navi. Anyway,
I swat her.
Yeah.
although I'd like to see you try to do the whole game without targeting anything.
Yeah, well, it's better than having her make a bomb blow up over my head because she decided to tell me what this enemy does while I've got a bomb in my hand. It's like, this thing is blowing up and I'm trying really hard to get the dialogue to go away.
Navi.
Boom, lava. I'm dead. I hate you, Navi.
If you're going to over-sexualize females in general, you know...
Over-sexualize some men, too.
No! That is not what I'm saying. That does not make it right.
But if you're going to.
Equal opportunity sexualizing
Exactly.
here.
We kind of do this.
We want men in leather speedos, 300, all over the place, yes.
Wow, Rachel.
I mean, pushing the sexualizing in terms of design aside, you know, you push all that aside, we are seeing now in games, I think, a much greater variety of very strong female characters.
We don't want our men or women to be turned into men because
No.
you know this whole feminist idea that no, women are just as strong as men, and anyone who thinks otherwise is just a sexist pig. No, we're not just as strong as
No,
men.
we have-
have our own strengths.
Yeah, our brains work differently, our talents work differently, you know, all kinds of things. But,
Yeah, you know, the strong female character, even physically, isn't going to be the she-woman, you know, bodybuilder woman, you know.
Yeah,
They'll make
because
them.
those are disgusting
They
to
can-
look at, no matter what gender you are.
You're seeing more of an element of feminine characters, you know, female characters that have a feminine appearance to them, but it's backed up by a
feel
strong
like-
personality and a strong character and a strong amount of and strong development of that character's even abilities within the game.
yeah, and I feel like you can make someone attractive without making them overly sexualized.
Yeah.
You really can. And honestly, I feel like it appeals more because if you do that, then the people are looking more even at their character. Unless it just, the body, the fake body itself.
Yeah,
And,
you're not backing them into a corner and staring at them.
Yeah, no. So,
point.
but so it's I feel like honestly it'll be a good development for games in general, and not just women, you know, women power. That's so honestly it's kind of annoying, but so I feel like it would be just a really good advancement in games and stories and gameplay and interaction. You know, everything would be better.
If anything, we're just kind of waiting for the design to catch up with the character a little bit.
Yep.
And stop slaughtering characters that we already have that were good to start with.
Or give us more sexy men.
Or give us more sexy men. That's always a good one. We want that.